we might be reading 400 pages on one day. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I'm going to be trying to read 200 pages every day for a week. Well, kind of a week. I'm gonna do like 5 days instead because I feel like 7 days is kind of a lot. I don't want to like burn myself out. I'm kind of excited to get into it. I have been reading basically nothing this whole year, but it is officially like the start of summer, and what better way to kick off my hopefully book-filled summer than by reading 200 pages every day. If I do fail one day, so if I read only like 100 pages, then those 100 pages get added on to the next day. If I fail, I don't want to be reading 300 pages in one day, you know? Anyways, without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. So it's a little bit later. I was actually just about to start to read, but then I realized it's like a very beautiful day outside and the UV is pretty high, so I'm about to go to the pool, but actually I need to figure out what exactly I'm reading because currently I still have no clue. I simultaneously want to read no books and every book all at once. So let me just show you some of my options. So I could read Word of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson, but this book is a lot. I'm currently like 70, 80 pages into this book, and I kind of want to like take it slowly and enjoy it like I did The Way of Kings. So maybe not this one, but this is like a contender. Or I could read Breath of the Dragon, which I just picked up at Barnes & Noble, which sounds like exactly like my reading taste. Or I could read like a specifically summer book and read one of these to try to get into like the mood of summer, but I don't know, we'll see. Let's just get to the pool and I guess you'll see what I choose to read. Okay, it is later. I'm back from the pool. As you can tell, I'm looking a little rough, but that's okay. The book I did decide to read was Breath of the Dragon. I didn't bring the physical book with me. I read it on my Kindle, but I got to chapter 15. I was already like 59 pages into the book, and now I'm on page 125, which means I did only read 67 pages, and now it's 4:25 p.m., so it's a little bit late in the day to still have over 130 pages left, but I believe we can do it because the book is pretty good so far. So basically, in this book, we have our main character, Jun, and he is from the East where martial arts is entirely prohibited. But the only way martial arts is not prohibited is for the select few who are breath marked, aka they have like the blood of the dragon running through them, so they have some sort of special ability, and it just so happened that his twin brother Sai ended up being breath marked, so he had the special ability while Jun had nothing. However, these higher ups called aspects, whenever they were coming to collect Sai, found that Jun and his father were illegally practicing martial arts, so then they were banished, just them two, to the west. So now Jun is separated from his twin brother, and he is determined to prove the aspects and everyone wrong and prove that he can in fact like be a great martial artist or whatever. But basically, Jun is now on his journey to enter this tournament to become the Guardian, which is basically second to the Emperor. Also, it's basically just been kind of like a long training arc so far. He's just about to enter the tournament, which is going to be definitely interesting. Hopefully he doesn't like embarrass himself entirely, but I'm sure he probably won't, or he will, and the rest of the book is just going to be about his failure. But yeah, my only critique so far is that some of the moments in the book are very much like tell, not show. I feel like there have been very few moments that have actually shown me that Jun is a good martial artist. However, I am told quite a lot that he is so good, but then I'm like, is he really? That's about it so far. I'm going to continue reading this book, obviously, because I need to get these 200 pages done, but that is my update for now, and I will see you later when I've hopefully read more of this book. I just got to page 201, so I have like 50-ish pages left to read, and it is 9:30 p.m., so I do think it's like possible. I am kind of pushing it though, but it's fine. I am really liking it right now because we are in the middle of like the tournament, and it's just like one thing I'm a sucker for is like the main character like proving themselves and like kind of showing off and being better than everybody. Something did just change in the plot to kind of like stir things up, and we're definitely getting more depth within the politics of the story as well, so that's also adding an extra layer of like investment into the book. So definitely a lot higher stakes. It's not as simple and surface level as it was in the beginning. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Still have 50 pages left to go, so I will see you when I'm hopefully done with those pages. I just got to chapter 32, and this is probably the last chapter of the night, but also the most like dramatic one yet. Like, I'm actually really nervous going into it. This is like the highest stakes point in the book. Oh my gosh. You're joking. Oh my gosh. How many pages is in this next chapter? Okay. One more. Okay, I have officially read the 200 pages for the day. It is 11 p.m. and I'm now on page 260 of this book, and as you can see, I don't actually have much left, only like 70 pages to be exact, so I kind of just want to like finish the book. But even if I don't do that, I did at least complete the goal for today, and if I'm gonna be honest, reading these 200 pages, I feel like it wasn't much of a challenge. I don't know if it's just because like I really didn't have anything to do today, or it's because the book was good. I don't know. But I guess let's just see if it continues to be a challenge like the rest of the week. I do feel like it'll get more challenging as I get to like Tuesday and Wednesday, like the later days of this challenge, because I will actually have stuff to do. Unfortunately, I don't just have like 5 full days of bed rotting. I will see you tomorrow to get started with the next 200 pages. Welcome to day 2 of the challenge. So I did not read any more last night of Breath of the Dragon, but that's okay because I have plenty of reading to do today. So it is already 3 p.m. Whoops. But while getting ready, I did remember that I had an audiobook that I had gotten a long time ago of The Favorites by Lynn Fargo. So I started reading this probably back in like February, but then I stopped because I just like kind of didn't care about the book, even though like the whole point of it was that I was like supposed to care. But it was definitely a soft DNF, so I just now picked it back up and was listening to it like I said while I was getting ready, and honestly, I'm probably just gonna see it through to the end. I am already like this much into the book. I'm on page 264, and I did end up reading 34 pages of this morning. We do now have 2 books going on at the same time, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna probably stick to this one, mainly more so audiobook, because the premise of it, it's kind of interview style, but then sometimes it like jumps back to Katerina, the main character's point of view, and it's more like a regular book. But I think this one's just more fun to listen to an audiobook because there's so many different characters and they have such like different personalities. But for Breath of the Dragon, I do still have 70 pages left of this, so I will probably finish this off today. And then after this, I don't know if I'll finish this book today, I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now. I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten anything today yet, so I'm about to make some food. And while I do that, I might listen to the audiobook. I kind of gotta get on to reading because who knows if I'm gonna end up being busy later today. So yeah, that's great. But yeah, I'm on chapter 50 of The Favorites, so let's continue the audiobook. just finished the book, and honestly, I feel like it kind of ended abruptly. I don't really know what I'm gonna like rate this book yet, so you'll have to like wait for my final thoughts. But yeah, so I did finish this. That's like 70-ish pages. I don't know how many exactly that was. And I still also don't know how much of the favorites I've read, but I'm assuming I have like 100 pages or maybe a little bit less to left to read for the day. So that's good. I feel like it's now 5:22 p.m. so I still have a lot of time and I'm pretty confident that we can do this. I think I might just go ahead and like thug out the rest of the favorite and see if I can maybe not finish that today, but at least get the rest of my pages done for the day. But yeah, I guess let's keep reading. Actually, I'm probably gonna take a break for a bit, do my own thing, and then I'll get back to reading after I've given myself some time to like think about a rating and my review for Breath of the Dragon. You're joking. No way! Damn. I just got to part 5 of this book and every single second, like, oh my gosh, every other page my jaw drops. How can there be this many like plot twists and drama in one single book? It's a lot, but it is very entertaining. It's like watching a reality TV show and I'm just like along the ride, you know? I wish I could say more about this book, but I genuinely can't because anything I tell you is just gonna be a massive spoiler. Like I'm in too deep now. Like I cannot put it down. Okay, well, without even realizing it, I just read 100 pages of this book, so I do only have 23 more pages to read today before we complete our goal, which is awesome. We're definitely gonna complete that, but just for right now, I wanted to go ahead and pause to give you my thoughts on Breath of the Dragon. So I am going to rate this a 3.5. I was really like leaning towards giving it a 4, but then I was like, no, it doesn't like compare to other 4-star fantasy books I've read, so it's getting kicked down to a 3.5, which is still pretty good. It's better than average, but I think I just had like too high hopes going into this book because I didn't hear about this book. This book wasn't recommended to me. I just kind of picked it up because I thought it sounded really good, and I know Fonda Lee wrote Jade City, right? And I think Jade City is like a very well-renowned fantasy series, so I kind of figured it'd be like the same level as that, despite me not having read that yet. But it was just okay. I really liked all of our characters, but I kind of felt disconnected to the story in general. I feel like it spanned such a short period of time that, I don't know, I just never really got connected to it. And also, our main character in this, he kind of felt like a side character through everything. It was like he was just like a pawn in the game, and every plot twist or big event kind of happened like off screen. And I'm like, well, why is he the main character? And just like any of the moments he was supposed to kind of like step up and do something great, it always just like fell flat. And I don't know, there was lots of action in this book, definitely very fast paced, but it did kind of feel repetitive over time. However, I do think towards the end the politics are being really developed, and I do think if the authors make a second book in this series, I will definitely read it because the second book has so much potential. Like, it seems so interesting. I wish this book was like 300 pages longer so we could get into the rest, because I'm gonna be honest, this book, it's not very long. It's only like 330 pages, and I feel like it could have been so much longer. Like, this whole book, I'm gonna do a weird comparison, but it's just like 10% of a Brandon Sanderson book, you know? Like, if Brandon Sanderson had written this, the events of this book would have been like 100, 200 pages long, and then the events that will probably happen in books 2 and 3 of the series would be like the rest of the book. if that makes sense. It's like, here's another comparison. If when Netflix takes over a series, instead of just letting somebody else like make it a movie or a 24 episode series, Netflix made it like our 6 episodes, and now it's gonna make us wait 3 years for the next. Okay, that kind of like went off on a huge tangent that didn't need to happen, but that's just how I feel about this book. It was still good, I still enjoyed it, but I just wished it was more. Anyways, back to the favorites. I am really enjoying this now. I don't know why I ever stopped reading it because I'm so invested. I need to know what happens. If you didn't know, The Favorites, it's an ice dance duo, Katarina Shaw and Heath Rocha. But basically they have known each other since they were very little, and Katarina is very determined to be the best at what she does, and Heath, he's not as motivated to win, but his motivations revolve around Katarina, so he just goes along with what she wants to do, and it just kind of like evolves from there. And there's just like, you don't expect that to be as like drama filled as it is, but genuinely it's just crazy. Every single thing that happens in this book, I'm like, no way. And I just keep thinking like, okay, the author can't make this anymore. It's just the author can't add anything else. But then she just keeps adding more and more, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, hey, it's very, very interesting. So I'm gonna keep reading, get these 200 pages done, and I will see you later. It is now day 3 of the challenge, and I have finished The Favorites. This morning I just woke up and I was like, what do I want to do? And the only thing I could think of was this book, so I just like put on the audiobook and listened to the last like 20% of it, and it was so, I don't know, it just continued to leave me speechless at every single moment. That like, I don't know, this book really can't get anything else other than a 5 stars just because of how entertaining it was. Like, I don't think I've ever read a book this, like, I don't even know how to put it into words. I just want you to read this and to understand, because genuinely, what even is this book? So that was like 70 pages, 77 pages I read this morning of The Favorites. So that means I do have to pick another book, and I feel like you might be a little surprised by the choice, or at least I'm surprised by the choice, but that is The Priory of the Orange Tree. So what's shocking about like me picking this is I've had this on my shelves for like 3 years now, and nothing in me has ever wanted to like pick it up, except all of a sudden, I think it all started because of one TikTok. It was just like book recommendations with dragons or something, and this was in it, and I was just like, you know what, that sounds really good. So here we are. The only thing that's really annoying about this is that it's not floppy whatsoever, and it's a huge book, so obviously if I'm gonna want to read these middle pages, I'm gonna have to crack the spine. Oh my gosh, I barely even opened it and the spine's already cracked, so it's really inevitable, but I guess we'll see how cracked it gets over time. I think first off, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and get like a drink or something, because I don't know, that just sounds fun. It's like really gloomy and rainy outside, so I kind of want to have like a coffee while I sit and read this drink, just to try to be so aesthetic, so cafe girly. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll start this book. I have 130 pages left to read today, so let's lock in and get this done. It's always like below freezing in this room. It's so awful, but I have a drink, I have a book, I'm ready to lock in. Let's go! I'm only on page 17, but reading this book so far, it's like I'm reading a book in a foreign language. It's like these characters' names. I guarantee you that if I read this out loud to you, I would be pronouncing 0 of the names correctly. I just don't even... I don't know. There's one character who seems to be our main character so far. Eid is how I would say her name. E-A-D. Ead? Aed? Eid? I'm just saying it like Eid. The other names I don't know how to say. I just kind of like skip. The House of Berithnet. Oscar ut sie door. Lady Truide. I don't know how to say any of these names. Okay, but I do actually have the audiobook for this, so maybe I'll like play it while I listen or while I read so I can figure out how to say these names. Oh my gosh, this is kind of bothering me. I have some bad news, so I fear things have taken a turn for the worst. It's now, I think, 8 p.m. and I still have 50 pages left to go today, which doesn't sound bad, but I am super tired and I still have like so much stuff I had to do. Somehow, yeah. The worst part is I wanted to read actually more than 200 pages today because tomorrow's Tuesday and I am gonna be very busy tomorrow, which is really not good. So I don't think I'm gonna have actually like any time to read tomorrow. Like I genuinely don't know if I'm even going to be able to read like one singular page tomorrow. I mean, I'm sure I could like read a little bit, but nowhere near 200 pages unless I like pull off a miracle, but I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna still try. I don't know, but I was like thinking maybe today I could read more than 200 pages to try to make up for tomorrow, and then maybe the day after tomorrow I read like 300 pages. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know. So technically, if I still wanted to complete my goal of reading more than 200 pages, I have like 150 pages left I have to read today. This book, it's not bad. I'm on page 78. There's like a lot of potential here, but I'm still like so close to the beginning and there's so much being set up, and I don't know, these last couple pages don't got a clue what's going on. It's just because there's so many like new terms and places and people. I'm getting them all kind of like mixed up and confused, but I think it's also because I'm like so tired. That's just my current update. There's still hope for today that I could at least get the 200 pages done, but guys, we might be reading 400 pages on one day. Hello, it is officially day 4 of this challenge, I think. The days are kind of blurring together, but I have both good and bad news. So, yesterday, day 3, I was able to successfully read the 200 pages, just barely. I read 206 pages and my eyes were like, I was falling asleep by the end, but we did do it somehow. But today, unfortunately, I have read about 70 pages of this book today. Is the camera blurry? Sorry guys. I have read about 70 pages of this book today, and I know for a fact I will not be reading any more today. I have plans for this evening, so it's not getting done. That does mean I fail day 4, and that also means I'm supposed to add an additional 130 pages to tomorrow's reading. That's all for today. I will see you on day 5. Welcome to day 5. So as you know, we failed yesterday. So today I'm supposed to read 330 pages. It is already 1 p.m. and today is quite busy. Y'all probably don't care, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. So today is my mom's birthday, so of course we are celebrating that. This whole day I just ran a bunch of errands for her. So the first I went to H-E-B, I got her some flowers. They are so beautiful, like I'm obsessed with them. And I have an idea, so I got her like this bright orange Stanley cup because she loves orange, and I'm gonna put the flowers like on the screen, and in the flowers I got a Sephora gift card also today, and I'm gonna put that in there as well. So it's like it's so cute. And then I went to this bakery, which was so cute, by the way. Everything is so cute. And I picked up her cake, which is also, you guessed it, so cute. It's like pink, it has pink flowers on it. It says like happy birthday, Wendy. And then while I was at H-E-B getting the flowers, I also got stuff to make dinner tonight, so I also have to do that. That's probably gonna take quite a bit. I feel like I did something else, but I forgot. But anyways, long story short, I'm pretty busy today, but I'm gonna still try to get these 330 pages done. So first thing I have to do is make a card. So for every single like holiday, I make my mom a card because like she's always like, oh my gosh, you could work for Hallmark, and I'm like, but while I do that, I do have the audiobook locked and loaded, and we'll listen to that while I make the card. I don't know how long it will take, hopefully not too long, because then I can like physically read the book. But let me update you on the pages. So I was able to read a little bit this morning. I went from page 206 to 253. I just got to part 2 of the book. Let's get to work making this card and listening to the audiobook. Okay, I finished the card. I think it's kind of cute. At first I didn't like it, but I think like now that the whole thing's done, it looks better. So yeah, that's done. That took a lot longer than I thought, but that's good because I was able to listen to a lot of the audiobooks. So I think I'm now this much through the book, which is kind of crazy. That was a lot, actually. So now on page 324, I have now read 118 pages today. Well, I guess listened to it because everything I read today has been an audiobook, so too bad if you think audiobooks aren't actually reading, because that's the only way I'm gonna get these 300 pages done today. But I do have about an hour before I have to like start working on dinner, so I could read. I kind of don't want to read, but it is a possibility. Ugh, okay, this book, I can't believe I'm only I am 324 pages through the book because I feel like I'm still like at the beginning. Let me try to describe what it's about, I guess. So, I don't know, we're following like a whole like cast of characters, but I guess we're mainly divided into the East and West. Guys, I don't know, there's like 2 different religions, and the East and West are divided on what they believe. So the West like views the dragons being rejuvenated as like a sign that the end of the world is coming, and that they must like defeat the dragons and any descendants to them. And then the East, they venerate the dragons. They view the people chosen by the dragons as like God chosen. The dragons are the gods. 2 main characters are Iad of the West and Tane of the West. Tane is a peasant-born dragon rider, and then Iad is a handmaiden to the queen of wherever, because I can't pronounce any of the names still. Like, I like the book, but it just requires a lot of brain power, and I'm kind of like wiped out already from the day. So should I read something else? I don't know what I would read though, that's the thing. If I read something else, you'll see. I'll probably just stick to this, but let's get back to reading. Still have over 200 pages left, which is crazy to say. So yeah, let's get reading. I can like barely open this book. I'm gonna like break it.
Whiskey warm on a brittle fun night. She was doing fine and I was doing right, falling into daydreams of our lives. I tried my best to hide feelings deep inside, starstruck in those eyes. I didn't think she knew my existence. Wondering.
I just got to page 437. It's now 9:30. Oh, yikes. Honestly, it was pretty easy to like sit down and read however many pages I just read. Almost 100. That's really good. 100 in one sitting. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like it went by really quickly, but I am like low-key falling asleep right now. So I'm gonna like take off my makeup and then bust out the coloring book so I could listen to the audiobook and not have to use as much brain power. But I think I have like 100 pages left for today, which is completely doable. I don't want to jinx it, but like it's looking pretty good.
Wondering where she gone, falling further on. Don't wanna stay, don't wanna play princess, don't fade, 'cause one day you'll be mine. Don't wanna stay, don't wanna play princess, don't fade, 'cause one day you'll be was so perfect. Walk the beach, the songs that we heard of. Falling in.
Alright, it is later. I officially finished my little drawing. It's pretty cute. But the thing is, while I was listening to the audiobook, I lost track of time, so I don't even know how long I was doing this for because I don't know what time I started it. I started it. Currently, it's 12:05 a.m. So, I guess let's check how far I am into the book, because with the audiobook, obviously I can't see like the amount of progress. So it's gonna be a surprise to both of us. I'm really hoping, is that money? Yeah, I just found $100 on my phone. So it's really gonna be a surprise for both of us. Please. I need to have read like 100 more pages, so I need to be at 537. All right, let's check it out. I'm on chapter 54. Okay, what if I just go to 537 and I like hope, you know? Is it 5? We did it! Hey! Page 537 is chapter 52, and I'm on 54! Let's go! I'm on page 570. How many pages is that? What the heck? Dang, audiobooks are such a life hack. Is this cheating? No, it's not cheating, right? Okay, so that means I read 364 pages today, which is crazy. I probably only like physically read like 100 of those, but it got the job done. I'm gonna count it. That means we officially made up for yesterday's horrible day of reading. Well then, it's late, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll come back tomorrow morning for our final, I guess, check-in. Hey! See you then. So it's a couple days later since I last talked to you, and since then I have finished Priory of the Orange Tree. But we are mainly here to discuss how I feel about reading 200 pages a day for a week. So as you know, I did unfortunately fail one day, but I clutched on the very last day and I made up for it, so I have the statistics here. In total, in 5 days, I read 1,063 pages. So actually, I went above and beyond. I read 63 pages extra that I didn't have to, so technically, I beat this challenge and did so great and didn't even fail! Yay! Day 1, I read 230 pages. Day 2, 210 pages. Day 3, 207 pages. Day 4, 70 pages. And day 5, 346 pages. I finished 3 books. Well, kind of. I almost finished Priory of the Orange Tree, but not quite. So I did full complete these 2 books. So Breath of the Dragon, which I rated 3.5 stars, and The Favorites, which I have moved down to a 4 stars, although I did initially rate it at 5 stars. And then Priory of the Orange Tree, if you want to know my rating for this book, I rated it a 3.5. I did really like it at first, but I felt like over time, like probably at the 500 page mark, I was just like waiting for it to be over. I was like, oh my god, how do I still have more left of this book? So I just found myself kind of like growing more indifferent towards the characters and the plot as time went on, and by the end of it I was just like, okay, great, it's done. So yeah, 3.5, although I will say the first like 500, 400 pages, I was really invested and it was really good. I would say the last half of the book was really good too. I just kind of didn't care. So yeah, 3.5. Overall, reading 200 pages a day, I would say I really liked it actually. Like I kind of want to challenge myself more in the future. Maybe try to do 300 pages a day or more like a time thing. So genuinely, during the summer months, I might actually just like implement a goal for every day, like 100 pages a day, just to kind of keep me reading. But yeah, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment down below letting me know if you have any other video ideas for me, any challenges. I would love to do them, of course. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everybody!